Good evening, everyone. I'd like to do a report for child trafficking for Super Bowl weekend, the 6th and 7th of February. On the 6th, yesterday, 104 children were gang raped and then murdered in 4 locations. And these children, the 104 children were brought in by 3 different agencies. The Air Force picked up 72 children at the Tokyo MILAB and flew them into America at Nellis Air Force Base, which is the Las Vegas MILAB. And then, on the way, they were gang raped by 22 Air Force males. All the children, except for 1, were raped on the way over here. 16 children were brought here from Africa. There's a child trafficking company, a military agency called AFRICOM. And what these people did in AFRICOM is they went into this town and they murdered the parents in cold blood and then took their children. 16 of these children. And there were 17 AFRICOM soldiers that did that. And they gang raped the children on the flight here. That's typical for the American military, the most evil and ruthless country in the universe. 16 children were also brought in by ICE. ICE is another child trafficking corporation. All these children were Mexico, and they were abducted in Arizona. And once they divided up the children, and it's funny because I noticed, the Illuminati are very into specific numbers. Because I kept seeing 56 pop up over and over again, like 156 or 56 or 256. But I have no idea what that means. I mean, their number numerology system or whatever. But the Roswell, 56 children were gang raped by 267 males, men of the Army, the Navy, the Marines, CIA, FBI, DARPA, and DHS. And they were all killed by the soldiers who came in from other worlds. And these ones that are coming in are 100% reptilian. And usually the highest level on this planet now of the human-looking men, like the Army generals or whatever, they're usually 58% reptilian, and a lot of times they'll have a blend of amphibianism in them as well, and then the rest human. There are a select group of people that are 4 species people, and that would be reptilian, amphibian, insectian, and human. And but when someone is part human that way, the human has no input. In other words, it's completely dominated by the reptilian side, the reptilian DNA. In Denver, 26 children were gang raped and murdered by 112 males of the Army, Special Ops, Navy SEALs, Air Force, CIA, DHS, and Secret Service. And all these children were killed by the soldiers from other worlds. Dallas, Texas, MILAB. 10 children were gang raped by 22 men of the Secret Service, CIA, 12 corporate CEOs, DHS, Division of Hitler Security. And all these children were also killed by these soldiers from other worlds. And lucky for me, though, they don't like to rape humans because I haven't been raped since Friday morning, because the other reptilians that were here, they were, it's just amazing how you lose control of your body, and the next thing you know, you're on your bed with your butt in the air. Langley, Virginia, MILAB. Yesterday, 12 children were gang raped by a group of 108 males of the CIA, FBI, Secret Service, DHS, 2 United States senators, and all these children were killed by these reptilians from other worlds. And today, on Super Bowl Sunday, they had 2 very large parties to celebrate. 203 Asian children were brought here from the Shanghai MILAB. The Air Force flew them into Nellis Air Force Base, and then they were, taken to the Las Vegas MILAB and then distributed out from there. 71 of these children were gang raped on the way by 27 Air Force pilots, and these 71 children averaged being raped 3 or 4 times apiece. 97 of these children were taken to the Roswell MILAB. 97 children were gang raped by 321 males as a special reward on Super Bowl Sunday. They're having a big party out at the Roswell MILAB. And these men are Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, SOCOM, AFRICOM, CIA, TSA, and the Division of Hitler Security. Or Department of Hitler Security, I'm sorry. And all 97 of these children were killed by soldiers from other worlds. the 100% reptilians. The other children, 106 children, were taken to the Langley MILAB, Langley, Virginia. 106 children were gang raped by 401 military males of AFRICOM, SOCOM, Army Special Ops, Navy, Air Force and Marines, CIA, FBI, DHS, and 1 U.S. Senator and 3 Secret Service agents. And it's now 8:50. All the children are now dead, and all these men are happily enjoying the Super Bowl game, which I, don't participate in, because most of the football quarterbacks belong to the Illuminati. And as last year, as a matter of fact, the Patriots were given the Super Bowl title because their quarterback, Tom Brady, murdered a child in July during a human sacrifice, and that's why, well, they still had to cheat, you remember, by the deflated balls or whatever, but basically that they were given the award. And also Peyton Manning turned to the dark side 2 years ago, and he belongs to this organization that rapes and murders children. And so I don't know, I haven't even checked the other teams because I've been so busy with the military and these invading reptilians, who it was just such a horrible day today, over and over again. And they're much stronger, so because everyone has to be transfigured before they can be picked up, before they can be arrested, and it's absolutely exhausting. And this is just over and over again. And I went to a friend's house to see if I could get some lawn work cleaned up, because it was like 50 degrees today, and it's supposed to snow for the next 3 days here in Indiana. But it was just constantly interrupted. I mean, I would rake leaves for about 5 minutes, and in would come another group, like 76 of them, 58 of them, 22 of them. And then a lot of times they come in 1 or 2 at a time, which is even more aggravating because it takes up so much time. But thank you, for your support for these children. And I really do believe that we've dwindled down to just a few left. And I don't know if more are coming in. And the other day I said I was talking to the Hall of Research in Heaven, and I was asking how many more are expected to come in, and they said less than 500. Well, I thought they meant less than 500 soldiers, but what they meant was less than 500 ships. And it was quite an event on Friday. We were just going through, and there was a group of like 1,128 of them. And what they do is they go underground because they obviously can't be seen in public because people would freak out. There's a lot of people that believe they're only humans, and they're only humans on this planet, not the 800 million species that exist in our universe. And just in our galaxy alone, I mean, humans are the minority. We're about 40% of the population, but there are 56 species of humans in our galaxy. But we're a tiny, tiny, tiny minority of people in this galaxy and the universe. And thank you for your prayers. God bless your hearts.